Find ourselves in right now is the very, very first store that opened in America, in Washington, D.C. It's been operating for about 7 years, and they've spread, obviously, since then to many other states around America. Joining us now is the marketing director of Nandos America, and it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Sapanta Bagapore. From the minute you walk in here, obviously you've got the African feel, but you've also got all South African art, you've got South African wines. Talk to us firstly about the art that you've actually got here.
Yeah, I mean, we are, as a group, we have the biggest collection of contemporary South African art on display in our restaurants around the world. The textures and the colors are obviously an influence of South Africa. We take particular pride in displaying them in our restaurants in the US because it's a very visual way of tying us back to our roots, which is South Africa.
Is it just South African wines that you'll be serving?
You know, we're a South African and Portuguese brand, you know, and so we serve South African and Portuguese wines. The South African wines are definitely the most popular and, in my opinion, tastier.
So this is the flagship store. This is the very first store that opened in the States. And how many more? How many stores are there in the States?
We have 23 restaurants in the States. You know, we started out in obviously Washington, D.C. This is where the first kind of flag post of Nandos in the US went up in 2008.
Yeah. The competition here is very, very strong, but how popular is Nandos?
It's competitive, but I'm glad to say that we are part of a strong player in this competitive set.
When we look at America and the contribution it makes to the bigger business, what is it? I mean, is it a significant financial contribution?
To truly be on the world stage and compete with the best of them, a presence in the biggest economy in the world and the biggest consumer market in the world is a kind of a big deal. So it elevates us as a brand, and obviously indirectly South Africa as the birthplace of this brand.
Now, I believe that there's a stadium just down the road over here, and it's quite popular amongst the stars to come and order Nandos for backstage.
Whenever we have big performances, you know, the A-list celebrities who've had Nandos in one of the countries, either SA or UK or Aussie or the rest of them, want to get a taste of it, and usually there is a inconspicuous messenger who comes and places a very large order, and we know exactly where it's going to land up.
I love it. Well, good. I suppose if it's good enough for us, you know, it'll be okay for the stars. They can also eat this food. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having us here at Nandos, and like I say, coming off the streets and almost walking back into South Africa. Really, really lovely.